Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrapping 2. Today I kind of wanted to share with you how I found a way to use my scan and cut along with my Stampin' Up stamps. I mean, this can go with any stamps that you have, but I'm gonna show you what I found out by kind of playing around with it, because for my scan and cut I've been just using it for my images, such as like a full like images where I've been coloring with my Copics or any other pencils or whatnot. But something like, I don't know if you can see, something like these kind of images that you need to stamp it with your colors rather than just stamp the outline like the other stamps. So I'm gonna kind of show you how I've been doing it. This is just the way I've been doing it. So I'm gonna you can just stamp multiple images. As you can see on this, I stamped out, I did it for my this flower stamp along with this tree, and then also the little octopus and like the houses. So you can basically do this with any of your images, but it needs to have kind of like a solid line all around it, because we're just gonna cut the outer edges. So as you can see on these, I had to kind of make the lines right all along, because these didn't have lines all around it. So it's basically just like these lines. So I connected it all so it becomes one line. And let me go ahead and show you. And then you're gonna choose the scan button. Okay, and then we're gonna scan it to the data, the scan to cut data, because I'm gonna be saving all of these images so that if I run out of the paper that I cut, I can go back and then cut some more without restamping and doing this whole step. So I'm gonna scan to data, and then I'm gonna, it's already I fed the paper in already by pressing this button, this, and then we're gonna go start. So what you can do is you can cut these ahead of time and then save it, and when you need the image or you need the paper that you want to stamp on, you can always have that cutout shape that you can stamp on. So these the Fall Fest, along with the tree that I did, and along with this flower set, the Beautiful Bunch, they have their own either matching framelits or a punch. But some other images, such as the octopus and some of the other images that I cut already, they don't have matching framelits or dies. So it was kind of hard to cut around, especially the octopus. So this was a perfect way for me. Before, I would stamp out, say like this pumpkin, this is orange, this is gonna be orange, but something like the flowers, like I don't know what color I'm gonna use next time, so I would basically have to cut it right before I need to use it. But I don't like to do that because it takes up too much time to like bring out the machine, stamp it, and then cut it, and then I don't know. So I guess that's good when you have the framelits. Okay, anyways, and so you can see, I don't know if you can see on the I'm gonna kind of zoom you in a little so you can see the screen. Okay. Okay, And then you're gonna see the images that I had stamped out, and I had scanned this in. So what I did, I already did for the flower and the trees and all of these images. And what I did was I pressed this top, which is going to give me the outline for all of the images that's on this board. So I'm going to isolate. If I wanted to do this ghost, like I cut this out already, but I'm going to show you how I did with this particular stamp set. So as you can see, I stamped it all out in the row, and then I isolated. You can always move this to any place that you want, and the machine will only focus on that. So then we'll save it, and then we're gonna save it to the machine, or you can save it to the USB and use it that way if you want. But I'm gonna save this one to the machine, so it's saving that those images. So it says save in the machine's memory. Okay, so then we're gonna press the home button, delete all the patterns. Okay, so this is a home screen. So we're gonna go to pattern, and then as you can see at the top right here, it says save data. We're gonna click on that and then click the machine, and you're gonna see all of the images that I had already saved on here. So I have the octopus right here, I have the beautiful bunch, and then this is the home, the tree, vice versa. Initially what I've been doing is I've been saving the image that I had isolated as well, just in case. So you can see over here, that is our the one that I had saved. So we're gonna press OK, and if you only from this point, you can press this over here at the top left button. This will bring you to here. Then you can edit it however way you want. So if you want to only cut out the ghost, you can go ahead at this time and delete all of them. Like right now it's highlighted on this pumpkin, so you can delete it. It says okay to delete the selected data, yes. And then vice versa again, this pumpkin you can delete it, so on. So we can go ahead and delete that. And then so now we have the ghost. So from here you can press over here, right here on the top, not the top, the middle right hand side with the like a square and the arrows. You press that, and from here you can change the size of this design. But for now, for us, we don't want to change the size because this is gonna, the stamp is this size. So what this is gonna do is you can this is gonna cut right where the outline is. So you can over here press this number 1 over here. So this is you can make different, how many you want. Say I did 4. You see it duplicated all of the images, and you can move it wherever you want this. And I just kind of spread it out. So you can cut it the way the image that you scan, you can cut it the way it is, or you can even put a border around it, and it'll give like so if you go back here, you can press this button right over here, which is another square, and it has like this border around it. So if you press that, it's gonna give you, I don't know if you can see, it's gonna give you like a little border around it. So it's gonna give like a 1/4 of an inch border around that image. So you can cut it a little bit bigger than the original size if you like that. So then we can also duplicate it, so you can move it, and you can cut it on the size of paper that you want. Like for these individual squares that's on this mat, it's just like the Cricut or any of the machines that you have. This is 1 inch, excuse me, 1 inch for each of the blocks. So right now I am using 8.5 by 11. So depending on how you want to place your paper, I'm gonna go ahead and make one more duplicate of this, so we can make 4. And for this, you can add another one. So you want to make sure the lines are not touching each other, just like so. This is gonna cut like this. I don't know if you can see, but the bottom ones are a little bit larger than the tops. Okay, so then we're gonna press OK. So I like the way this looks. If you like to look at it closer, you can go back and you can press this add plus button, and it'll show you a closer image. This, you can see it better. Excuse me. So you see how this one gave like 1/4 of an inch outline of the image that we scanned. Okay, and then you can always press the X button to see how it's gonna lay. So we're gonna take out the paper that I already have on here because I'm done with the scanning. And then I'm gonna put paper so we can cut it. And then we're gonna press the feed button. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you out just a little bit more. Okay, so now I have a new paper that I'm gonna be cutting. Okay, you want to make sure that the paper is really stuck down well, because these Brother mats, they are not as sticky as a Cricut mat. So sometimes what I notice, if I try to cut like a smaller strip, you would probably need to tape it down, otherwise the paper will come off. So from here I'm going to press OK, and then from now we have to save this image. So this is because I edited it, so we can press save, and again to the machine. It says overwrite or new. So what it's saying is this, do you want to overwrite the ones you had saved previously, what we edited? And I don't want to overwrite it because I want to keep that first image on my machine. So I'm going to do new. So I can go back and delete this if I want, but I'll still have the first initial stamp set that I scanned in. I'm going to press OK, press OK, and then this is a draw button over here, so I can draw out the outline if I want to, and then there's a cut button right here, so we're going to cut it. So then this button this button lights up. This is saying start and stop, so we're going to press start. Okay, it's finished cutting, so we're going to press OK, and then we're going to take the paper out by pressing this. So now you can see that it had cut the initial image that we inputted in. This is the actual stamp size. And then over here, as you can see, you see the larger one. So this gave like a 1/4 of an inch border around the stamped image that we had scanned. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you one more time. Okay, and then from here we can go to home because we're done with this. And I had already saved it, so I can delete all the patterns, and it's gonna wipe out everything on the screen. So then we're gonna start over. I'm gonna feed the paper, the mat in first, so I don't have to hold it. Okay, and then we're gonna go to pattern. Okay, and then we're gonna go to save data, go to the machine, and you're gonna see all of the images that I scanned in. So here's the original stamps, the ghost, the Fall Fest stamps that I had initially saved. And then right here, this is the one that we just cut out. We edited from this to this, and so I saved both. As you can see on this side, I don't know if you can see it really well, I had made duplicates of all the Fall Fest images, and I cut that out. Okay, so let's choose maybe, how about the house? Let's do this right here. Again, it's saying now we can put this eyeglass, and then you can see what I did for this one. Again, this is the homes from that I had scanned in, and this all has an outline over the entire houses all around. So you can go ahead and cut this if I wanted an outline, or you can go back, and then I have the original stamp set that I had scanned in. So this has no outline. So we can go ahead, and now from here we can cut this out. Can move it wherever you want to cut it. Okay, and then say, we'll just go ahead and cut one each. Okay, and then press OK, and then we're gonna cut it. But you see what I'm saying about editing. You can have different choices, whether you want to cut out the images the way it is, or you can give a border. You can give a bigger border if you like. So we're finished cutting. Okay, and then we're going to take the mat out. Okay, so now that we had cut these images out using the machine, so I can use it to stamp. Let's do the tree. So what I had done is I just cut them all out like this, either with the border or without, and then I just put it in with the stamp set. Like for this, the Fall Fest, and then I just, like so, you see all the things that I cut out already in different sizes, with border and without. And then so when I'm ready to use it, I can just stamp it and use it. So let's go for something like this, where you have all these different images, and then I can decide what I want to use it for. So again, you can see over here I cut it out in 2 different sizes. This is without any border at all, and this is of course with 1/4 inch of a border. So like this would be like without the border. It would just cut out just the outline of the tree. so we can go ahead and stamp it when I'm ready to use it. And say I don't want to use this image, I can go ahead and use this image if I want. And then I'll show you how I stamp it. And these photopolymers are really great, along with, like, you know, the clear stamp sets. They're really easy to use because you can see right through it. And if I wanted to make this, say, Lost Lagoon, and then go ahead and ink it up. So I'm using the Fiskars stamp press for it. You could use just a regular block, but I like this because it kind of gives me room for me to kind of wiggle around. So I'm going to match it up like so, and then stamp it. Okay. Oops. Like that. So you're probably wondering, oh, it's so much easier to buy the punch. Yeah, I agree. It's so much easier to buy a punch and just punch it out really fast. And that's why they had made most of their new catalogs, most of it has their own framelits, because for easy, because you don't want to have to fussy cut. But if you didn't want to spend that extra money to buy the framelits, like for me, in my case, I have the framelits, but this is just another way for me to use images that don't have the punch or have the framelits. Okay, so I thought this was, I'm hoping that this is going to be helpful for some of you that has a scan and cut, and how you can use it. I cut this out first before I stamped it. So, okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.